What's up, you guys?
Hey guys.
We're back.
Sis, you were sick for a while.
I feel so bad for Yasmin, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
She flew in for us to film.
Yes.
And quite literally the next day, Mel and I are sick. And not just like sick.
Yeah.
Like strep throat, contagious. We're taking antibiotics sick.
Yes. And I'm like, oh man, I'm
know.
here. And Mama and Baba are not even here
Right.
either. So I'm like, okay, well, your girl is here. But it was cool because I incorporated my routine from Miami. I kind of brought it here. Like I started going to Pilates, and I've been going to Pilates, but I went like more
Yeah.
consecutively, you know?
And you found that
And-
life hack, getting your meals from Whole Foods, like the pre-made meals.
Yeah. So it's not pre-made actually. It's so with Whole Foods, oh my God, we're talking about seed oil again. But with Whole Foods, some of their meals are not with seed oil. And I always run into this problem. Like, what do I eat?
Yeah.
Like it's so terrible when I'm traveling, or, you know, when I want to just get a quick meal and I can't make my meals at home. I'm like, what do I eat?
Yeah.
So Whole Foods actually has like chicken and stuff like that where it's cooked with olive oil. So I love that.
I know
Yeah.
Yasmin was sending me her cute little meals, and it was like steak and like mashed potatoes
Yes.
and like
And
you
I-
would think she
I-
cooked it up herself real
Yes,
quick. Like, it
and
looked
I
just like
asked
that.
the lady, I'm like, what oil is this cooked in? Because some is cooked with other things. But yeah, it was nice, and it's delicious too.
Yeah.
It's not one of those where it's like, oh, I have to eat this. Like,
No, I need to definitely try that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, so it started out with Kayvon being sick. Like we picked him up from school, and his teachers were like, he can't come back tomorrow because when he woke up from his nap, he had a 100-degree fever.
oh my God.
So we were like, okay, like that was our plan, keep him home from school. Next day, he was still sick. And then he started to get bumps. And we thought he had chicken pox. But turns out those bumps were from the strep throat.
Oh my God.
Like from having kids, y'all, it opens your eyes. Like the things that they bring
That
home, you're
happen.
like, oh my gosh. I
So
haven't
it
had
was strep throat?
Yeah, it was strep throat.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, I haven't had strep throat since I was like,
Yeah.
I don't even know how old, like, you know, but yeah, guys, we're all sick.
I noticed something about his chicken pox. It wasn't all over his body,
Yeah.
which it confused me because chicken pox like takes over, you know?
Right.
But yeah, they got better, thankfully.
No, y'all, we were down bad, but knock on wood, guys, the twins didn't get sick.
Yeah.
So thank God for that. So I can't complain. Like we survived. It's definitely hard. It makes you realize, like, because Kayvon was home from school for so many days because we're so used to him going to school and just kind of focusing on the twins. I'm like, Lord, like
Yeah.
this literally knocked Mel and I out, not gonna lie. Yasmin used to tell you guys about her Habibi come to Dubai.
Oh my
man
God.
that she ran into.
This was a few days ago. So I'm running in getting coffee, and this guy like comes out of his car and walks up to me, and he's like, just tell me you don't have a husband. And I was like, no. He seemed really nice though. You could tell that he was like trying to be funny. And with them being sick and stuff, I'm like, all right. So he gets my number, and this man is just texting me like crazy to the point where I
know.
was just like, listen, yo. And I just ended up not talking to him anymore.
No, the texts were one thing, but him sending you multiple like 2-minute voice notes when you guys just met.
Yeah, no, the thing that was crazy to me was like, he would be like, if I wouldn't respond, it would be like, are you sleeping? You know,
I
that
know.
text, like things like that. He
I
actually
know.
texted me again today.
Really?
Yeah.
No, like men need to realize like that's a turn off. Like, why are
Yeah.
you blowing up my phone like that?
Yeah.
You
Like,
know?
don't get me wrong. Like, at first he was like, cool, but then it just became like, you know, when you don't respond and then there's just another voice note and you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
Again, guys, like Yasmin ran into this man outside of a coffee shop. Like,
Yeah.
you literally you don't know
It
anything
wasn't
about this man.
anything
Like,
at all. And I was like, listen, dude, I don't know why we need to kiki all day,
I
every day.
know.
Like, I literally don't know you. Like,
imagine if like you did pursue a relationship with this
Oh,
man,
no.
how insane he would be.
I
like,
told Nas, I think he would kidnap me. I think I would be kidnapped. Like, where's Yasmin? I don't know. Like, that's just what would happen. It's like crazy.
oh God, these men.
Oh, he was saying,
was
he's like, I
obsessed.
want you to have dinner with me every single day this week. And I thought he was trying to be funny. He's like, no, I was being serious. I'm like, okay, listen, sir. I'm fearful for my life at this point. Okay? I really am.
I know,
Oh
dude.
my God. It was just like, Too much. Because at first, you don't know this guy. So you don't know this guy's personality. You don't know if he's like joking. That's his sense of humor. So at first I was like, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. Oh my God. Oh my God. No ha-has no more.
I know. There's no
Like,
more ha ha he he. It's a
right.
restraining order. Like, no.
Literally. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
So yeah,
Yeah.
if Yasmin disappears, just know she's like in
I
his
was kidnapped by a
basement
guy.
somewhere, literally.
Oh, and he lives close by the area too. And ever since then, I have literally avoided that area. I'm like, if I didn't go to that coffee
I
shop no
know.
more.
Oh
It was
my
done.
God.
Oh my gosh.
You know, that was a good story to segue into our episode topic today.
Yeah.
Which is Gen Z versus millennial.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool for us to be sisters because I feel like we're both,
Yeah.
you know, like we grew up in like kind of different time periods.
We did.
Not what, as if like,
No. The
Time
thing is,
periods,
it
yeah.
wasn't even different time periods. Like, I think that we just advanced, like, as a,
Yeah.
you know, like,
as a whole
it's
culture,
crazy.
a society, and like
Yeah.
watching that
So
happen
fast.
so fast.
Yeah.
So technically, I looked it up. I'm a zillennial. Like that's my,
This is the first time I'm hearing.
because get it, like millennial, Gen Z, zillennials are like that small like 5-year gap of like we were there at the end of like I can relate to like millennials and I can relate to Gen Z.
But don't
we're
you
not
think
fully of each.
you? Yes, but don't you think that you relate to millennials a little bit more because you, from me, like from the things that you saw I would do?
I do think so. I think I'm more familiar with like certain things because I had an older sister. So I just kind of like did whatever you did and
Yeah.
watched what you did. But at the same time, I do feel like social media still wasn't a thing like when I was really young. Like MySpace came when I was in 4th grade. I remember that vividly. That's when I got MySpace. And I remember Facebook, you were a freshman in high school and your friends would come over with your digital cameras
Yeah.
and take pictures for Facebook and you would make
Yeah.
albums. Like I
Yeah.
remember watching you guys do
Yeah.
that. So
I didn't grow up like my time. There wasn't even social media.
I know. So like it's interesting, like you got a childhood without any social
I
media. at all.
loved it.
And I got social media like halfway through my childhood. And it kind of like, you know, shaped the way we grew up. It's really crazy to see.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see your viewpoints if you didn't have siblings that were millennials. I wonder if you would be more, you know, if you wouldn't know as much.
I think so too, but I think a lot of girls who are my age, like who had younger moms, they kind of got a taste of that too. Like if they had a mom who was like in her early 20s.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. I feel like now anytime I see stuff on TikTok like from then,
know.
it feels so warm. Like I don't know how to.
Isn't it so crazy to see that on TikTok, like people treat it like, oh my God, 2014. Like kids are
I
like,
know.
I wish I went to high school in 2014. I'm
I
like,
know.
like we're
But it
retro.
was
We're
so-
retro now.
But it's crazy because it's so different from now,
Yeah.
but it wasn't that long ago.
I know.
It really was not that long ago if you think about it technically, because if you look at throughout history, like the 1960s are way different than the 1980s, but that's like a huge gap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And recently, I feel like within whatever 4 or 5 years, it's like, woof, it's
I know.
completely different. Even
is really crazy.
Zillennial, what you were
Yeah.
talking about, that's only 5 years. Think
Yeah.
about it, you know?
I think that I really do love the time that I grew up in because I know people will post like, I wish I grew up in the 70s. I wish I grew up in the 80s. I wish I grew up in the 90s. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I sometimes think about it like that'd be cool. But I was meant to be born in this time.
You think so?
I
Would you
love my
switch?
Postmates. I love my Instacart. I love being able to go on Reddit and read reviews on things. Yelp. Like I always think about like when we were growing up and we'd go on like a trip with the family, like how did we pick our restaurant?
Oh, you
Like
just,
what do you mean I can't go on Yelp and look at the entire menu and know exactly what I'm gonna order before I even
Right.
get there? Like
No, you kind of just had to feel the vibes. You look outside and you feel the vibes.
awful.
Oh my goodness.
I
That's
love my
insane.
apps. I love my convenience. I love my Apple Pay.
My question is, I'm really trying to look back in life and be like, how did I used to go out without Uber? Like, what would we do with no Uber?
I asked someone that who's older and she's like, I was like, what did you guys do before Uber? She's like, get DUIs.
I mean, no, I remember, you know what would happen? Somebody would be the designated driver
the
and
DD.
not drink that night. But how, like, that's so sad, you know?
I know.
Or you would have like an older sibling or somebody drop you off. That's what we would do. But
You have to call a taxi, a cab.
we didn't use taxis. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think. I'm really like trying to think. And it wasn't even that long ago, but it feels like such a different life and different time, you know?
It is a big culture shock when you watch things, especially me, who I was born in 98, by the way, pretty much 99 because I was born in December of 98. But when I look back as to like what was trending in like the early 2000s, when I see old episodes of the Tyra show and stuff,
Yeah.
old magazine covers showing girls who are no bigger than a size 6, like a size US 6. And Tyra is like, her gut is sticking out. She's too big to model. And then who's the other one who was like evil?
Janice
She's
Dickinson.
like, just
I
like
love the
going
Tyra
in
show, by the
on
way.
these like poor girls that literally look so healthy and so normal. And I'm just like, I would not have survived.
The standard was just so different then. It was the Paris Hilton era, sis.
I thank
The
God
Paris
every
Hilton
day.
era.
Y'all can say I wish I grew up in this time. Nope, I am happy to be here. I am.
Yes, I agree
With the
you.
inclusivity and the Uber Eats and the everything is on an app.
Inclusivity is really nice.
Yeah.
Yes. But I do really appreciate growing up without like
I know,
social
yeah.
media. I really do. When I think back to that time where people were just in the moment and we would have like our cameras or our phone cameras and snap a few pictures and that was it. But our parties were actual parties where people were engaged, people were talking, people were actually dancing. And nowadays, a lot of parties you go and everybody's head is in their phone or
Yeah,
taking
like-
content. And it's just, you know, people lived more in the moment. And that's what I really appreciate. And I'm so thankful that I grew up during that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with like having the phone out and stuff, it makes people self-conscious. Like being at a party, it's like you can't just dance whatever you want because you're like, someone could like, I could be in the back of someone's
Yeah.
video. Or even that will go viral on TikTok. Like you'll just watch a random video and then like people will be like talking about the person in the back, like, oh my God, look at the faces she's making when she's like literally minding her business.
yeah.
Or I think that's what sucks too, is like because like cameras and phones are out all the time. And I feel like I'm kind of being hypocritical because I vlog in public and I'm sure I get other people in the back of
yeah.
my stuff. So it's just, I think people like you also feel more self-conscious now because you're like, cameras can just be on you at any
Yeah.
time, whether you're an influencer or not. Like,
Yeah.
that is very annoying.
It is. And there's such a pressure now.
Yeah.
It's a pressure of if you go out, content has to be taken kind of thing. Where it's back then, it wasn't really necessary.
because it's our job. I
Yeah,
feel like not
for
for like
us,
an
yes,
average
but-
person.
Even like people that are not in social media, like I've seen so many TikToks of people being like, I took the picture,
Yeah.
now I can enjoy my vacation type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, our pictures were all like group pictures
know.
and like, you know, like actually doing something. And now there's such a pressure of like the IG poses or the IG pictures. You know what I mean?
It's so crazy to see how, like you said, back in your day. I don't want to, because back in the day,
Back in the dizzle when I was a whizzle.
Yes, back in the dizzle, like you said, you had your digital camera.
I love that Sony Cybershot.
Yes, your Sony Cybershot, whatever, your Fujifilm, Fujipix, whatever. Is that even what it's called? I don't know. But it's so crazy to see that like iPhone tried so hard. Like we wanted quality to improve so much. Like we were so obsessed with
Yeah.
perfect quality just for us to prefer digital cameras again. Like everybody now goes everywhere with their digital camera. It's like we're going back in time.
Yeah.
And we all prefer those pictures more than iPhone.
Everything is coming back in
Yeah.
time. Even fashion, like
Yeah.
90s fashion now, like low-rise jeans. Like think about it. We're kind of like recycling. I don't know. I really don't know what it is, but I love how I grew up. I would not trade how I grew up for being Gen Z and being on social media like that because I feel that there is so much pressure tied into it. And I got to enjoy actually being in the moment with
Yeah.
my friends. You know what I'm saying? So
I
yeah,
agree.
I do appreciate that time. My time was definitely the Paris Hilton era. And after that, like Lindsay Lohan was really big, Hilary Duff was really big, all of the reality shows. Did you watch any reality shows? Like the what was it? The Real World, was it? Or all of
Yeah.
the shows on MTV.
I remember you loved like the OC.
Yeah.
I never watched The Hills. I never watched
The
any of that.
Hills, Laguna Beach.
I want to now because I feel like
I
would like
rewatched it.
Really?
Yeah, I
think would like it.
rewatched them. All of those shows were really big. I remember our first frozen yogurt place was Pinkberry that
Oh my god.
popularized
Pinkberry. That's so
frozen
crazy.
yogurt.
No one cares about frozen yogurt anymore.
I know, and I'm so sad about that because I love frozen
Yeah,
yogurt.
like-
I love it. It's not even the frozen yogurt that I love. I love the experience of going there and picking the flavor and your toppings and all of that. I love the
Yeah.
experience. And now it's so
they
Miami
weigh
barely
it.
has
I
any.
know.
You know? And
That
then
is
you're
funny.
deciding if you want the hot fudge on the top. I don't know.
No,
I just
you
really
taught me
love
the
it.
hack.
What?
To not put the hot fudge on top because I forgot about your hack and it melted my ice cream.
Yeah, no, you put the hot fudge on the side.
Scoop it for a bite.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so crazy to see how like times have changed. To see like body types be trending
Change.
and not like we're talking about bodies, y'all. Like
Yeah.
it's just really crazy to see that.
I appreciate like you said, the inclusivity now.
Yeah.
It was really hard. It was actually very challenging being a little bit curvier.
Yeah.
And having the standard of like Paris Hilton, I guess, you know? Like it was very challenging.
Right.
But it was fun. It was fun. I loved Paris Hilton. I had her perfume. Do you remember the pink perfume?
I do remember.
The books, all of that. I remember Kimora Lee Simmons was really, Baby Fat was really big at that time.
Have you seen Ming and
Yes,
Aoki? They're so pretty.
beautiful.
I know, it's
so
so crazy to
beautiful.
see
They had
them.
a show. What was the show?
Life
Do you
in
remember?
the Fast Lane.
Yes,
Right?
I would watch that too.
You know what's so funny? That was Yasmin and Baba's show.
Yes,
like
we
that was
love-
Baba's show.
Baba loves because Baba loves like boss women.
Yeah, he does.
You know,
Like he
So
loves Huda Beauty.
Uh-huh.
He loves Kimora Lee Simmons.
Yeah.
Like,
Baba would watch. Baba bought me a Baby Fat coat.
Oh, yeah.
I remember because it was wintertime in Ohio and it was obviously really cold. And the jacket that I had, I'm like, Baba, this is not going to do it. We need one of those fur. And they were very popular at that time in my school. So we go and get a Baby Fat like jacket with the fur and everything. It was
wait,
fun.
speaking of like what you would wear, remember how obsessed you were with Coach? And then Coach died out.
yeah.
And now Coach is like taking the world by
Coach was
storm.
huge.
It's huge again. You haven't
Oh.
seen their new like
I have
the
seen
girlies are
ads.
obsessed with Coach
I have
now.
seen ads, but like back then when Coach first came out, it was equivalent to Chanel or
I
something.
remember.
It was, and I remember my 16th birthday.
remember that.
Nas and Baba actually surprised me. I woke up to a bunch of Coach stuff,
Sister.
a bag, earrings, necklace, shoes. I woke up because Coach was like so popular back then.
I went to the restaurant early in the morning that day and I sat in that little back room by the mop bucket on that blanket all day until there was a little tiny window where I was able to drag Baba to Coach.
Yeah.
And we got you the shoe. It was the sneakers, the purse.
sneakers.
Remember the like necklace with like the Coach emblem?
Earrings.
The
Earrings,
earrings.
yes.
And guys, we wrapped it up. We like scattered it around Yasmin while she was
Yeah.
sleeping. It didn't wake you up. You're a light sleeper.
I don't know. I think that moment was just meant to be.
Yeah.
You know?
And Yasmin woke up to just like gifts in her bed.
Yeah.
And it was super cute. I remember
And it was
that.
at that time where Mama and Baba were working all
All
day.
day.
So it wasn't let's just go shopping. So you
Yeah.
had to strategically
Yeah.
plan that out.
I was like, every 2 seconds, I'm like, Baba, can we go to Coach now? He's like, we're too busy. Baba,
Yeah.
can we go to Coach? No.
Aw, thank
Baba,
you
can we
so
go to Coach?
much. Aw, that
I was like, my sister needs her Coach.
that's unforgettable. I will never
Yeah,
forget
it
that.
was fun.
And I loved it. And then I go to school no, it was in the summer, but I think it wasn't the first day of school because I wasn't going to do that. But I walk in fully coached out.
Yeah.
Like nobody could tell me anything. And I felt so cute.
See, your coach was my Michael Kors.
Oh,
When I was like in high school, it was Michael
I remember
Kors.
Michael Kors had a time.
Remember, like we got the watches.
Watches, the Michael Kors watches
Yes.
were very popular. Yes.
All had our Michael Kors watches. I think I had like the tote. But yeah, that was like all the girlies were wearing
Yeah.
their MK Michael Kors.
Yeah. Did you ever go through a Vera Bradley?
I did.
Phase?
But that was like 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah.
All
that
the
was a
girlies loved it.
phase. That's so crazy. We always go through phases.
I know. How do we pick? Like,
I don't know.
now I've been seeing like the girls like nowadays, like they've been loving their Goyard, and I'm part of that. I love my Goyard.
I do
totes.
really love a good Goyard.
I feel like all the girlies on TikTok, it's like Goyard.
Yeah. I like it too.
I mean, it's just to have TikTok around. Like especially when it was like prom season, because like for me, a lot of my popularity came from my prom videos. So like I was watching like all these prom trends coming up on my For You page, and I was like, yo, if I was in high school now and TikTok existed, like y'all got it easy. Y'all can make a 10-second little transition and that was going viral. I had to sit there and make a 20-minute tutorial on my makeup. I vlogged at prom. Like I had a vlog camera at prom.
You did.
Vlogged on the like party bus. And I'm like, y'all got it easy now.
Yeah.
Y'all got it easy.
Yeah, short form content is really big now.
It's also like the attention span is going down.
Yeah.
I don't
Did you
know.
ever have a MySpace? Because I never had a MySpace.
Yeah, I told you that was my first.
Oh yeah,
In fourth
you did,
grade.
guys. I've never been a crazy social media girl, so I never had a MySpace, even though it was around. And I was like probably one of the last ones to get a Facebook. I don't know why. I just never been like a crazy, like posting all the time, social media kind of girl. But I do remember with Facebook, that was the big thing. That was the big thing. And it was always like when you make a new friend, add her,
I know.
things like that. Or when a
it's
guy
like-
liked you, like it was
Just
always
like-
Facebook.
Just like your following count on Instagram. It's like, oh my God, you have like 3,000 friends
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like it's just so crazy.
Yeah.
I remember, you know what's crazy? When I was in high school, a girl like blew up on Instagram because Instagram started too when I was a freshman in high school.
I was in college.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were, huh? Yeah, because it's like 6 years.
Yeah.
But-
the Valencia filter.
Yes,
with
the Valencia filter. But I remember a girl like had like 70K on Instagram in my school. Like she was
That's
one of the-
actually a lot
and
for
she
that
stopped doing
time.
social media. Yeah.
Really?
I remember being like, oh my God, like that's so crazy. But yeah, she didn't do it. She was like one of those Tumblr girls.
Tumblr.
I never had Tumblr.
I never had, but that was big.
Tumblr was for the cool girls.
Yes.
I wasn't cool enough for Tumblr, you know?
But when Instagram first started, I'm trying to think back. It was more taking a picture of like your experience and then throwing a cool filter on it.
Yeah.
Like filters was the big thing.
I remember
at
the
that time.
filter, like trying to pick your filter. But it's so crazy to see now, like Gen Z, they just hate curated content. They don't like that anymore. Like,
Yes.
it's like the dumps are back. I hate that word dump.
But I feel
it's like,
that us, the millennials, are still stuck
I
to
know.
it.
You know what really shows your age? Wait, everybody pause.
Huh.
We didn't even talk about the fact that we're in jammies.
Oh yeah.
I know. We should have started out the episode. Like, for those of you guys who are just listening, we're in our like legitimate pajamas. I'm in like my cheetah print jammies. Yasmin's in like
black.
yeah.
Vibing.
Yeah, guys, we're in jammies.
Yes.
But you know what really shows your age now? Like I can tell when someone's older with the way that they pose in photos. Like, for example, a Gen Z friend group, like they would never all get together as a group and put like their hands on their hips, like and like pose. Like their group picture, it's like they're all just like doing something and someone just like snaps like a little candid photo of all of them together. Like you will never see like the hand on the hip is very like
Back in the day,
Gen Z, not a millennial.
Yeah, that's millennial time.
Yeah.
And we loved our group pictures.
Yep.
We would take a solo picture here or there, but it was all about the group picture
Yep.
all the time.
In your business casual fits at Cheesecake. Guys, that was Yasmin's friend group.
the business casual.
Like y'all would be wearing your like heels and your blazers.
Yeah,
to
we love
Cheesecake Factory.
Oh my God, Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, the jeans, what's it called?
Skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans.
That's also
with the
dated.
Skinny jeans with the heel
Yeah.
and not even the wedge. It wasn't even a
Wedge.
heel. It wasn't a pointed. No, it was like the wedge with the skinny jean and your little flowy top with the spaghetti straps.
yeah.
And yeah, that was just the time. Do you remember those belts?
Yes.
The belts with the little fringy stuff?
Oh, I was thinking about the like
big
the
belts.
dress and you wear a belt right here to like cinch in your waist.
Too. That too.
And like the peplum top. I remember that.
Yeah. But no, I'm talking about Like this was back in the Hillary Duff days.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Lizzie McGuire.
that's very 2000, like a long time ago.
Yeah. That kind of switched. And then we had the big belts.
And then the heels from, what was it? Like, what's that one, like, kind of subscription website? Like, Just Fab?
Oh my God.
Shoe Dazzle. Shoe
Was it that?
Dazzle.
I never did the shoe subscription.
I just remember, like, that was so popular. Like, that type of heel. Like, you know, like Shoe Dazzle, Charlotte Russe.
Yeah, that was really big. And I do want to mention this. Back in the day, malls were really like a big thing.
I miss the mall.
People loved shopping at the mall. Like the
Yeah.
mall was where we would go after school.
I had my first kiss at the mall.
Yeah. And now every time I go to the mall, which I rarely go now, unfortunately, but it's emptier and emptier and stores are closing and closing. And that was more of a millennial thing.
Yeah, dude, the mall on a Friday, Saturday night, like that's where we all got together. And honestly, now, like, people would look at us like we were being a nuisance. But now when I go to the mall and I see like a group of teenagers, I'm like, aw, I'm so happy y'all are still getting together. Like, you know?
Oh, I remember back in my day, it was Hollister and Abercrombie. Was that for you too, your time?
Yeah, and Aeropostale.
And Aeropostale. I wonder what Gen Z like now, what's big now? I wonder.
The thing about the new generation is they don't have that preteen time that we had anymore.
Oh my God.
They go straight from child to pretty much teenager. So they're wearing Zara, they're wearing probably Abercrombie and stuff too, but Abercrombie also did an amazing rebrand. Coach and Abercrombie
came back.
Whoever did their rebrand deserves, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like they put their big toe into that rebrand. Like I'm not even.
They put a foot into it.
They put their whole 2 feet into that rebrand.
Yes.
But yeah, like I remember when the models would work at Abercrombie with their like shirts off.
And then you would walk into the store and barely
picture.
see anything.
Right. And you would take a picture with them and I'd like post it on Facebook. Like they're so hot.
We loved it. And we straightened our hair.
Oh, yeah.
And straightened the bangs too. Oh my
God,
goodness.
sister. I would wear my hair naturally curly with a straightened bang.
That was a big thing.
That was my worst. That was the worst time of my life.
We love straightening our hair. And the makeup was so much different. Now we're into the soft glam, where back then I remember like the lip smackers, lip stuff, purple eyeshadow. We experimented more.
Yeah.
It's just so different. And lashes, we mentioned this before, lashes was not a thing.
See, I was actually feeling a little insecure because I'm not wearing eyelashes today.
Your eyelashes are really long, like really, really long. Like you can't even
So
tell.
are yours.
Thank you.
Yours look like falsies. Like they flare too at the end.
Well, I use a half lash.
Oh, you're wearing half lashes?
Yeah,
really? They blended really
but
nicely.
I have to be very specific with the lashes that I use, because since my lashes are long, then sometimes the fake half lash that I put is shorter than my, but I like to make the ends fuller. I think that's the thing. So I add a half lash.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I think for me too, I look back at some of the things I was watching and they were so inappropriate.
Yeah.
I always say I was literally like 9 years old watching Jersey Shore every week. Even now I watch Jersey Shore and I'm like, oop, that's so inappropriate.
I love Jersey Shore.
Like watching
I
Ron,
love that time.
But watching like Ron and Sammy's clips now, like as a grown woman who's like been through like relationships now, like if I was Sammy, Ron Stack would have literally, I would have hit him with a car.
Yeah. No, that their relationship was really bad. They rebooted it. There's Jersey Shore now. I haven't watched. I would love to watch. I just don't even know where we can watch that.
It's just really sad because we watched it as entertainment, but looking back on it now again, like as a grown woman, like Sammy was being so emotionally abused and we just all watched it every week like, ha ha, he he.
But that's what reality shows are.
That is what they are. But like
the reality shows are like, ha ha, he he. Look at this drama.
Ha ha, he he. That's like we should make t-shirts say, ha ha, he he.
No, but Jersey, okay. Sammy and Ron's relationship was a little bit like fiery, but everything else in that show was hilarious.
I know.
That was so funny.
Snooki is so, no, my favorite is when Snooki, when like JY walks in and she's like, get up.
Right.
There's not grenades.
Gorillas? Juice heads?
Juice heads everywhere.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're lying.
They wake up and go, oh my God. For some reason, the most memorable point of Jersey Shore was when Snooki and JWoww write the anonymous
Oh my
letter.
God.
Yesterday, we saw.
I know. No, I'll never forget when she said Ron had his face in a cocktail waitress's breasts.
I'll never forget that. It was just so funny.
No, my favorite is the fact that they were so dead serious on that this was an anonymous letter.
Yeah. Oh my
When
gosh.
it's like, who else? And remember, like, it turned into that big blowout fight. Like, remember the fist fight that Sammy and JWoww had?
And it sucked because I like them both.
I know.
I like JWoww and Sammy.
I can't pick. I like them.
know.
I like them both for different reasons.
Yeah. I liked all of the characters, all the guys like Pauly D. The situation was so funny.
I know. They were
That was a
funny. They
really
were a
good
funny
show.
group. No, the biggest plot twist, remember when we find out that like Snooki isn't even Italian?
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's Latina and she was adopted by an Italian family.
I didn't know that. I just found that out.
No, dude, she's Latina.
Wow.
I
I
know,
see
that
them
was
on
like,
TikTok. I
know.
see them. JWoww has a cute daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love JWoww.
I know.
Like I
love
feel like
her
I'd be
too.
friends with her in real life.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
What other show did you like from that time?
another show I was way too young to be watching.
You watched them because of me,
I know.
unfortunately.
I know. Girls Next Door.
Oh my God, yes. I love that show.
I wanted to be a Playboy bunny at like freaking 7 years old. I'm like, I want to be living in the mansion.
Yes. Oh my God, that show was so good.
I
But
know.
they did a good job of, okay, don't get me wrong, it had its moments, but it wasn't raunchy. Like it was like the girls living, they were kind of friends, the three main girls.
I think, again, another thing that like blew my mind when I got older is the fact that, not Bridget, Kendra was 19.
She was, but I don't know her exact age, but she was under 21.
Yeah, she was 19 on the show.
Oh my God.
That's pretty crazy.
I did notice that she looked a little bit younger.
Do you know which video I was watching again that I filmed like 10 years ago? Not 10 years ago. It was like 2017, 2018. I filmed with Mama and Baba teaching my foreign parents
I remember
like
that.
the trendy words. And I was rewatching it. I'm like, oh my God, all those words are like dated now.
Yeah.
One of them was on fleek.
Oh my God.
That's another
yes.
thing that shows your age. Like if you say on fleek, like I was like, oh my God, that's like dated. Like
It's so crazy how I was thinking, even for me, iPhones, like I had a BlackBerry that I loved.
I remember you like killed yourself for a BlackBerry.
I had the hot pink razor
Yeah.
that I will never forget. I loved our hot pink razor. I never had a sidekick. Do you remember the sidekicks?
You wanted one though.
I did
remember?
want one, but I think I got the hot pink razor instead. And I was one of the first people in my school to have a hot pink razor, and everybody's like, ooh. And now we don't even
Right.
come out with cool phones anymore. It's just the
Remember?
iPhone.
We would go to the phone, like the T-Mobile or whatever, and you would just see like
All these different
phones.
ones. They still have all the different
Yeah.
phones. It's just people automatically go to the iPhone now.
Yeah. And remember, like you couldn't go on the internet on your phone. Like if you press the internet button, like it would charge you.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that? And then I also remember having to call 411. Like, now we can just like look up the number on Google, like Yelp. Like I remember having to call 411 and you would call and be like, I need the number for the California Pizza Kitchen at Polaris.
I've never done that.
Really?
No, I never called
Probably because I was calling 411 to figure it out for us.
No, even with my friends.
Really?
I'm really trying to think. Maybe because Ohio was so small, like we knew
Yeah.
everything. We just knew everything.
Well, y'all, I was the encyclopedia growing up. Like,
Yeah.
remember we'd go on the few family trips we go on, like I would memorize the
You
like
would.
hotel address.
You would.
And like I was like, this is the address, guys. This is like I've been type A like my entire
MapQuest,
life.
we would need to MapQuest.
And when you would get lost, like what would you do? Like there's nothing to be like recalculating. Like you're just screwed.
oh, you're just, yeah.
You'd have to ask for directions.
And you have to print out the MapQuest.
Yeah.
That is mind-boggling to me. Like, how did we
That's
do
what I'm
that?
saying. I said it a bunch of times in this episode. I'm gonna say it again. I love living
The
in
convenience
this time.
now.
Like,
But it's something so new that a lot of millennials are creatures of habit. And for us to get like accustomed and start doing that is a little bit like, it takes us a little bit to get used to.
yeah.
You get what I mean?
I find it interesting too that the previous generations, like we have so much knowledge now that we didn't have before.
Yeah.
For you to like learn a skill or something, you had to like go to school for it. You had to like you had to like meet someone who like knew how to do it.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't watch like a video tutorial. You couldn't go on YouTube and be like, how to change a tire. Like that's just crazy.
You
to
would
me.
ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, like you would go like knock on your neighbor's door. Like you have
Yes.
to ask around and
Or you would
now we're,
just-
like it's just crazy.
You would go to the place and ask somebody for help.
That's the thing too. Nowadays, you go to stores, like Mel will go to Home Depot and Lowe's. He's like, no one knows what they're talking about. He's like, I would ask someone at Home Depot like for help and they'd be like, huh? But back in the day, remember when we'd go with like Mama and Baba to like Lowe's or Home Depot, like it was like experts in there.
Yes.
You know?
I remember the few jobs that I had back in the day. This was before I graduated. They were like during my college jobs. And even it not being a career type of job, we had to learn everything
Yeah.
about what we were selling. One of my first jobs ever was selling kitchen knives.
I
Remember that? Like
Yasmin
literally,
was in a MLM, y'all.
yeah, I was.
She was in a pyramid scheme.
Yes, like it was my first. I think I was 15, maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had to learn all of the different kitchen knives, like literally how they cut, the name of them, like everything, what steel it was made from, like things like that. And I don't think that happens really anymore.
No, I think you still need to be like educated.
Yeah, but
the training is just not there,
Yeah. Anytime I ask customer service, they're like, "Oh, let me get back
I know.
to you on that."
I know. It's crazy to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like growing up, I thought like people at these stores were like at Best Buy. I'm like, they're so smart. Like they know all these cameras
Everything.
and all these TVs. And now it's just like,
Yeah. Best Buy still does a good job of.
if you can find a sales associate.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They don't
There's
exist
no
anymore.
more. There's no more. There's not as many sales associates anymore. I noticed that. I don't know what it is. Even like cashiers, I feel like it's
know.
decreasing. Yeah.
Times have really changed. And even just the price of things.
Yeah.
I remember we do our family grocery shopping for less than $200. Like, and we'd get all this, like, and that was including like beauty things too. Like we got like more mascara and body
Yeah.
wash and whatever. Now it's like you get like eggs and milk and it's like
And
$22.
And it's not as busy. I feel like grocery stores are not as busy anymore because
Yeah.
a lot of people are delivering their groceries. We
That
don't
is
have
really
that
nice,
option.
though. I know.
We have to haul everything
I
up
know.
ourselves. It's insane. It's crazy.
And it's like to watch all that change before your eyes. Like, what's next? I think flying cars are next.
yeah. I've already seen like some demos and stuff like
Yeah.
that. If you go to some car dealerships, there is.
I was seeing like someone made like a parody TikTok as in like how the world might change. Like when we're talking to our grandkids and that's like our grandkids are talking to us. They were talking about how like we have a chip in our body. That's like our wallet. So like we just like scan like our like hand and it's like that's like our money is like
Oh my gosh.
you
There's a
imagine if we could
movie
do
kind
that?
of like that.
I would kinda
It's
like
actually
that.
one of my favorite movies, In Time. Have you seen it with Justin Timberlake? It's a really good movie, but in that society, they don't have money. They pay with time. And it's on their arm, right? So it's just and that's the thing, everybody's after time. They freeze their age at 25 years old. Everybody's 25 years old.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a very, very good movie. It's one of my favorites. It came out a long time ago. I actually saw it in theaters when it came out.
really? We should
It's
watch
with
it.
Justin Timberlake. But no, that's a very cool concept, actually. But yeah, they were paying like that. Like you just kind of swipe your arm. If you want like
Yeah.
coffee, you swipe your arm.
Speaking about being 25, so I'm 25 right now, and it's like seeing the differences between like your 20s and your 30s.
Oh God, it's so different.
I genuinely cannot wait to be, I know it's like unpopular opinion, but like I genuinely cannot wait to be in my 30s.
I am so interested to see you in your 30s.
I know, me too.
Because Nas is the Sag fire, like you love, like, you know, you just love to do everything.
I do.
Yeah. So I wonder when you're 30, if you're going to be like, let me just chill. I wonder if you're going to be in a little bit more of a chill vibe.
We'll see. Again, never say never, but this is how I kind of view it. I will always want to celebrate life. So for me, I can't think of like my friends are all getting together or whatever. And I'm like, no, let me just stay home. Like I love
No.
celebrating. Like I really do. I love cheers, popping bottles, going out. Like let's go.
I did too, sister.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I do love, like, again, for me, it's my company.
Yeah.
I like who I am, like, around. So who knows?
Yeah. But you
Maybe.
do love to do. Have you seen the TikToks where it's like getting ready in your like early 20s and it's like the music is on
Yeah.
and you're drinking and then at 30 you're just like a calm music and you're doing like skincare routine and like going to bed.
I think
When what happened to me is as I got older, I started appreciating routine more.
I
Like,
love my routine. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I need routine.
but like, I'm not saying like a birthday or anything like that, but just random, like a random Thursday if you want to go out. Would you rather go out or like, would you be like, oh, I would rather do my routine and get a good night's sleep?
It depends on the vibe. I'm like a play it by ear type of person, you know? So I'm like, I'll go with the flow. Like if it sounds fun, why not?
Yeah.
But also for me, I think just like you said, like 30s are more calm. Like when I think of my 30s, I feel like the word I associate with my 30s is peace.
Yeah.
Because I'm really, again, I had all my kids in my 20s. I'm trying to build right now and like create a good foundation for myself. So when I'm in my 30s, like I kind of view myself as like someone like I put in all this work in my 20s. My kids are older. They're more self-sufficient. You know, when I'm in my 30s, Kayvon will be at least 10 years old, minimum 10 years old. Like that to me is like, oh my God, like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
so like, I just think like, I know, I just think like my kids are older. Like I have like a good like savings. I have other investments. Maybe I invested in a few businesses that are like generating me income every month without me having to like essentially work.
Yeah.
Like, so that's kind of how I view my 30s and it seems very peaceful. Like I think about like taking my kids to Europe for like a full month and they're like meeting people out there and like, I don't know. It seems more fun,
Yeah.
more relaxed, I guess.
Even if people are not in the same situation as you, in general, 30 is just more peaceful than 20. I feel like at 30, you even become more comfortable in yourself
Yeah.
as a human, as a woman. You know yourself so much more and you really appreciate the little things in life. Like you appreciate being, on a beach or walking in a park rather than being out at, a club or this and that.
Yeah.
So I do think that in your 30s, peace is really good. I feel like 30s is a good peace and doing stuff,
Yeah, to me, 30s just seems so sexy. Like 20 is a
Yes.
like now that I'm actually 25, I'm like 25 is like, you're still a fetus.
I do feel a lot
hot.
better. It's crazy because people say like, oh my God. So before I turned 30 and you just see so many things, like even on TikTok, like, oh my God, my 30s. Like I feel so much better in my 30s than I ever did at any age in my 20s.
Same with Danny. She's like, I love being 30.
20s, you're still figuring yourself out. You still don't know what the heck is going on. And at 30, you're so like okay with yourself. Like you don't feel like you really have to prove anything. You're just
Yeah.
like, I really don't care what people think, what people say. I know me. I'm good with me. You become that instead of in your 20s, you're like, oh, should I be doing this? What about this? What about that? You're still experimenting, which is great. My 20s, I experimented with everything ever. But in your 30s, you just become so much more comfortable in yourself and you become so much more secure and confident as who you are as a human being, you know?
Right. I mean, they say the 30s are the new 20s.
Yeah. I do think that nowadays, between the age of 20 and 40, we're all meshed together. Like we're
Yeah.
clumped together. Nobody really knows
Right.
what age is what. I know
Yeah.
40-year-olds that look 25 and I know 20-year-olds that look 31. We're just all clumped
Yeah.
together in that sense.
I also think with the divide between millennial and Gen Z, millennials, again, you guys grew up in such a different world. You were just like sold this dream, like you have to work hard, go to school.
Yes.
This like whole like 9 to 5 life, like go to school. You have to like follow these steps, get a master's, whatever, and you're set. Like that's how you reach success in life.
Yeah. My generation, I feel that was set up for failure. No, honestly, if you went according to what people told you should do, now I feel like you're kind of like, wait, what's going on? Because this person is, younger than me, but doing more than me. And I have all these credentials and I did this and that. And I'm not getting, I'm not doing what I could be doing with it, And it's also really challenging for millennials to get used to social media in general, because since they grew up really being in the moment, it's challenging for them to now record everything. You know what I'm saying?
I see where you're coming from, especially because even I think about in elementary school, like it was drilled in our minds, like don't share anything personal online. Don't even use your real name online. Have an anonymous account. Don't use your name. Don't use your photos. And now it's like that all went completely out the window.
Yeah.
And even like for you, when you were growing up and seeing celebrities, like you didn't know what the inside of their house looks like.
Yeah.
Maybe if they're on MTV Cribs.
Oh my God,
That's
MTV
it,
Cribs.
right? If
We
it wasn't,
loved
oh my God, My Sweet 16.
Oh my gosh. By the way, guys, I loved all of those shows.
I loved MTV.
All of those. The love shows
Degrassi.
too. Love shows that they had.
Yeah.
Flavor Flav. New York was one.
Yeah. You were into Degrassi. I love Degrassi. It was on Teen
I never
Nick.
really watched Degrassi.
Really? I love Degrassi. And it made me like so excited for high school.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
No, I
times
do
have
feel
changed.
that we were set up for failure, because if you do go to college, you do get your master's, it's now like what happened with me when I got my first job. One of the main reasons they hired me was because I was younger, and they're like, we want you to run the social media because we have no idea.
Yeah.
Like it was a pharmacy medical section, and they all had their degrees and had absolutely no idea about social media. They were like, let's bring somebody on that understands a little bit of social media and also has their degree.
Yeah.
So I feel like now social media is very important.
It is.
And it wasn't back in the day. Back in the day, if you wanted to do social media, it would be, are you sure about that? How long is social media gonna be around? That's not a career. That's not a career option. And now, if you go to a elementary school and you ask kids, what is your dream job? It would be something in the social media field a lot of times, So
it's a whole job title now, like social media manager.
And it was not a thing. It was discouraged. It was heavily discouraged. Yeah.
Here's one of my problems with the hate that comes with social media, like the people that hate on social media, especially women who hate on social media. Like, again, the world isn't so black and white, I understand there's the pros to it, then there's also cons to it that affected our society in both ways. I agree. We have to give social media its flowers for this, that it is one of the first industries where women are dominating it, where women are making more money in it. Women are making more money in social media than men. And we have not seen that in many other industries. Like there's always been this like wage gap, but social media is one of the first places where women are dominating on it, literally becoming millionaires, making 7 figures. Some even stay-at-home moms.
Yeah, that's what I love.
That's giving them a platform,
Yes. People are taking their creative work and being able to make it a career option now from home, which is really, really beautiful as well. I do really love that about social media. The thing that with social media, it's the privacy thing is a little bit overlooked, because like you said, back in the day, it was don't, be as private as possible. You don't want anybody to know what your home looks like inside. That's just not safe, things of that nature. You don't want people, I feel like my generation, the millennial generation, like privacy was such a big thing. And then towards the Gen Z era, it's more, let it all out,
Well, one thing I find crazy is that like Ring cameras just became a thing. Like now everybody has cameras. Like it's just normal to have cameras outside of your door, outside of your like garage, whatever.
Why do you think that came about like all of a sudden? I wonder.
I mean, probably just being more accessible technology, because it used to be like you'd only have like cameras like that in stores and stuff.
Yeah.
But first of all, it was kind of a good thing for like y'all, because y'all could like do whatever you wanted without like cameras on you.
Yeah.
But I just think about that. I'm like, we used to not have cameras like watching our home. And
That is so scary now to even think about.
I can't even fathom.
Like, for example, I'm here in LA and I would know absolutely nothing that's going on in my
You
home.
wouldn't know who came to
That's
your door.
insane. But I really do love Ring cameras. With security, security was a big thing. Like alarms in our homes was a big thing, which is still a big thing. But I don't feel that it's as big anymore because, again, with YouTube and stuff like that, people know how to hack it now.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of become worthless because there's loopholes around that security system now. But yeah, people. I just remembered. iPods are not really a thing. And back when the iPod Nanos was a thing.
Oh my God, guys, that our brother was our iPod plug. He always made sure we had the hottest new iPod.
iPod. I love that.
You know what's weird? Us saying iPod sounds like we're saying iPad, but wrong. Like, what do you mean iPod?
Guys, there was for our really younger viewers, we had the iPod. Yeah.
Yeah, Yasmin had like the OG, like thick.
I was one of the
heavy-
first ones that had the iPod.
Yeah. And I remember
thicker
you
one.
had to buy like a special holder and wrap it around your arm so you could go on the
Well,
treadmill.
girl, before that, we had CD players. That was a step up. That was a step up from a CD.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we would, guys, back when we were doing CDs, that was the thing where it's like your crush or your boyfriend would make you CDs, like a playlist. That was so cute. And then they would write in Sharpie, like, for my baby.
Oh my God. And then I remember LimeWire, like we had to get our music
You had to
on
download music.
and give your computer, always the computer got a virus, like always. And then I remember, what else would you do? Oh, remember when you would like record the song on your phone so you can set it as like a ringtone?
Oh my God.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
You had to buy ringtones and it would be the popular song.
Yeah.
Once I had a popular ringtone and it went off in class and it was the most it was like, I'm gonna buy you a drink by T-Pain. Loud
so
in the
funny.
classroom. Oh my goodness.
You know, one of my ringtones I vividly remember, and I think I paid like 50 cents for it.
Huh.
It's peanut butter jelly time.
Oh my gosh, I remember that ringtone actually. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, life was so simple. I miss when that was my
Life was
biggest
great. Life was great. I wonder how high schools and stuff are now.
problem. From what I see on TikTok, like it looks like a fashion show. Like you need to have
Sister,
the hottest
so-
trends, the hottest outfit.
Yeah, and I heard there's no lockers.
Yeah, people don't need textbooks anymore. It's all like
That's
on their
so
computer.
sad.
Like now it's like everybody has a computer with them in class, like a Chromebook.
I know. Oh my God. I loved lockers because you would decorate it.
Well,
It
we
would be your
barely.
spot.
By the time I was in high school, we were barely using lockers. Too.
Really?
And we started. Our teacher started letting us have our textbooks on our phone. I remember
That's
that.
insane. We didn't, obviously in college, you don't have lockers and everything was on technology there. So I just assumed that was why. But no, our lockers were our second home.
Yeah.
We had our snacks in there. We would have a little mirror to see what we look like in between class. Pictures, whatever we wanted. I loved the locker. And now you guys don't have it?
I just know it's like really different now with like social
That's
media.
insane.
And it looks a lot more stressful. I'm not gonna lie. And it's like having the hottest hair and makeup, like to go to school.
Well, that was our generation too. Like, I remember it wasn't just me. I would wear heels to high school,
'Cause
guys.
business casual was like
yeah, and other girls would too. I don't know if that was just a my school thing,
Yeah.
but yeah, we were like, you would see what the girlies were doing in MTV, and you would kind of do the same.
You know what kids don't know about
Hmm.
these days? Because I was in high school when Michelle Obama like brought that new rule that like you couldn't really have junk food in schools anymore.
Oh,
So like it's even weird for me to think like schools used to have like Snickers and like
yeah, that was my time.
candy. Like you used to have candy and stuff at school.
Yeah, that's all we had.
By the time I was a sophomore in high school, they got rid of all of that.
Oh my
no
God,
more like
that sounds so
the
sad.
worst we had was like Pop-Tarts. Because technically it was like a whole grain.
Oh my God.
I know.
I'm trying to think. So in high school, we had a pretty large cafeteria and we had pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Pizza, all of that. Chips. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I remember when you were in high school, you were able to like leave during lunch. Mm-hmm. We
I
weren't
left
allowed.
during-
My school stopped
Only
that.
seniors though. Juniors and seniors, I remember.
Oh, really? Yeah, my school didn't allow that anymore because kids would like go in their car and like get high. And,
Oh my goodness.
or like,
No, we would actually go to lunch.
I know. No, that's the thing too. Mel always tells me, he's like, when I was in high school, like the people who would like smoke and drink weren't cool.
Yeah, no.
Like you weren't like applauded for like,
No.
And then by the time like I was in high school, it's like kids were like drinking and like all of that. And now it's even worse. Like I remember,
crazy.
dude, like I'm not even gonna lie. Like by the time I was like a freshman in high school, like almost all of my friends have lost their virginity already. And we were in 9th grade.
Yeah, that was in my school too. But with us, the popular kids, like all of us wanted to do really well in school.
Yeah.
Like the bad kids were like the not popular ones, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like they were just the delinquents in detention all the time.
But now it's like so common to like drink and like have sex.
That's
and all that,
crazy.
and, like way younger.
No.
So
I remember
that kind of makes me nervous for when like Kayvon's in school.
that is really, really scary.
Like he's like I hear like I don't know. It's really scary to see.
It is. And I always get nervous about that when I think about like having kids. I'm like, what will it be like when my kids go to high school? Oh my God.
I mean, kids are exposed to a lot nowadays.
lot.
So
I hope, you know how trends come back? I hope that comes back to being the good kid is, because I'm telling you, for us, the popular kids were all straight A's.
Same for my school,
all
yeah.
advanced honor school. Not saying we didn't have our fun. We would party during the weekends and stuff. Like usually a kid would throw a house party.
Like a
I remember
bonfire.
that. Or we would go pool hop. Remember when we got busted?
dude,
I got
Yasmin
busted.
got busted like breaking into an apartment pool.
Yeah, we would
And
like go to an
me,
apartment pool.
Mama and Baba came to come get you.
Yes.
What did
And
Baba-
the
what did
worst
Mama and Baba
situation,
say?
you guys, my car at that time overheated. And yeah, my car was broken. I had to literally, there was police, cops everywhere chasing us down. And at the same time, I couldn't leave because my car didn't start.
Oh my
And
God.
that's when I had to call Baba. But that was a thing we would do too.
I'll never forget in high school, we were at a house party. Again, it's like dead winter of Ohio and it gets busted. Like I think it was like a noise complaint, whatever.
Oh, yes.
All the kids run, okay? No shoes. Like everybody wasn't wearing shoes. Like everybody was just in socks, like running
Yeah.
out in the snow, hiding, whatever. I didn't run.
I remember this.
I remember that. I
Yes.
didn't run. I was like, I'm not a delinquent. Like I'm not doing anything bad. I wasn't drinking, whatever. I like literally, that's imagine everybody's running. Like all of my friends ran. I just sat there. I'm like, I ain't running. Literally,
I
the
could
cops
totally
walk in,
see that.
I'm like, hi. Literally, I was like not scared. And they breathalyzed me again. I wasn't drinking, so I was like, I'm not scared. Like I'm not gonna get in trouble. I still ended up getting in trouble because technically we were out past curfew.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, they had
And like Mama
curfews.
was so mad at me. Like I had to get do community service. Remember?
Did
like I had to go
you?
to court, community service. Yeah.
I just remember you calling
should've-
Emin to pick
I
you
did.
up.
I would always call my brother.
Yeah.
That's one of the perks of having an older sibling. And they
Yeah.
never questioned that. Like, again, it doesn't actually have to be your parent. It can be a over 21, somebody over 21. So we would always call our brother. Like that's, why didn't you call Emmy? Why'd you call our parents?
I don't know. My brother's personality, there could be like the craziest thing going on and he will keep his calm.
Yeah, he's
I
very
felt that
calm.
if I called our parents or Baba, he'd be like, what happened?
I
Like,
know.
you know, so that's usually in times of stress, I call my brother because I know
Yeah.
he's going to keep his calm.
Yeah. Like the world could be burning down and our brother would be like,
Okay,
whatever.
let's figure this out.
Yeah.
Are there any snacks that you remember that were really popular back at that time?
Which time are we talking about?
Like, let's say when I was a teen and you were that time. I do remember the Got Milk ads.
Yeah.
Remember Got Milk?
That was like the
You know
hot
what's
ads,
crazy,
like,
guys? Now we're encouraged to drink the almond milk, like stay away from dairy milk. But back in my time, we were encouraged to drink milk. We had an ad called Got Milk.
Yeah.
And on the magazines, everything, it would be the milk mustache.
But milk is coming back though.
Yes.
I'm on team milk.
I'm on team
I'd
milk.
rather drink dairy
team
milk
dairy
than
milk, organic, team dairy
Oats
milk.
milk, like I'm good.
No.
For me, I'm trying to think. Dude, there's this one snack and it's so like niche. I literally had to
Which one?
go to the depths of Google to find the snack because I knew it existed, but I could not find it anywhere.
Which one?
Okay, so it was by the brand Pop-Tarts, but it's not Pop-Tarts. Like they were like Pop-Tart sticks. It came in an orange box. It was like sticks that you could break.
Really?
It was called snack sticks. I remember that.
I don't remember those.
Do you know what else I remember? I actually really loved it. I don't know why they took it away. Actually, I do know because I Googled it. McDonald's salads. Our family
Yes.
loved them.
And the snack wraps.
The snack wrap.
Oh,
You know why they got rid of it?
why?
Because McDonald's was saying they were selling too much of them.
Really?
People were ordering snack wraps more than burgers and stuff. And the burgers are easier and faster for them to make. So they wanted people to go back to like buying their burgers, not the snack
Oh
wrap.
man, I love the snack wrap, and I remember specifically, I love the Southwest salad from McDonald's. The everything, the dressing, the little tortilla strips were so good.
This is another like really, probably a lot of people won't remember it, but the bistro salad from Panera.
Yes, that one was
It
so
had like steak
good.
and like gorgonzola. Dude, just Panera as a whole. Like I remember I would eat Panera and be like, oh my God, like
I
this is like a
know.
culinary experience.
Yeah.
Like times have just changed so much.
And Panera was so popular.
So popular.
I don't even have a Panera near me right now.
Really?
In Miami, no.
Panera
When I
needs a
went to
revamp.
Ohio this past time, I went to Panera and it's gorgeous inside actually.
Really?
Yeah. They've like revamped it and everything. But their menu was completely different. They didn't have mac and cheese back then.
Oh yeah, they have
stuff
like mac and
that.
cheese. They have like flatbreads.
Every time I don't go there often because there's not a lot around me. But when I do, the menu, I feel like it completely changes. No?
Do you know what I find so funny? I think I saw this post and it was like, your Subway order is the same order from when you were like 6. Like it has not
True.
changed.
That's true.
I'm like, still now, I will inhale a Subway footlong like with my my concoction, like an Italian herbs and cheese with the chicken teriyaki,
chicken teriyaki all the way.
American cheese toasted.
Yes.
I get all the veggies minus the bell peppers because I'm intolerant. I used to get the bell peppers, but technically I'm intolerant because I took the food intolerance test. But like,
Do you
I
like
get
the
black
dressing?
olives, yeah, the sweet onion teriyaki on top. I like.
Yes.
I'm about to order it right now.
Yeah.
That's what I want with sun chips.
I never, the only fast food that I was crazy about was McDonald's. I wasn't crazy about any other fast food that much, but I do like me a good Burger King Whopper. That's a really good. What about Taco Bell? Do
No,
you like Taco Bell?
Yasmin actually cracked the code on how to not get a hangover. You eat a
The
Burger King Whopper before your night out.
Listen, if you're gonna go out and you're gonna drink a lot, do not do it on an empty stomach. I know we're trying to be skinty, but no, don't do
No,
that.
I know a lot of girls are like, well, I'm going out. I want to wear a tight dress. Like
I
that's
get
why
it. I
you're
totally
on
get
your
it.
deathbed in the morning.
Yes,
like
just eat one Whopper. One Whopper. It's gonna soak
the
all
seed
that
oil
alcohol.
queen has spoken.
It's gonna.
I love how the girl who like hates going out and hates seed oil is
Listen.
like, this is the key, you guys.
No, I want to make this clear. The reason I am so chill now is because in my early 20s, I was out doing everything. So yeah, that's why I know how to crack the codes. I know the cheat codes.
Real quick before we wrap up this episode, again, like remember that video I filmed with Mama and Baba, the teaching my parents slang, like we said, like on fleek and stuff. Do you know any of the new words that the kids are using?
Oh goodness.
Like the Gen Alpha kids are using?
I probably do, but I forget right now.
Okay, here's one. Riz.
Riz, like Riz her up.
Yes. Of all their words, I actually really like Riz. Like they snap with
Do
that one.
you?
Because it's short for like charisma. Like it's like charming Riz. Like he got the Riz.
Oh my
like
God.
Riz.
If a guy tried to Riz me up, I'll be
Riz.
like, boy, sit. Okay, next.
What else do they say? What do they say? Oh, another one. Sigma. I don't
Sigma?
like Sigma.
What's Sigma?
I don't even know. That's like one of their words. Sigma.
Sigma? Why are we acting like
Sigma,
we're mama
no,
and baba?
Sigma means you're like an independent, like.
Oh, like a queen, like an independent woman?
I just
Anybody?
know the kids use like Sigma. They still use like period, like that.
Oh yeah, period.
You know, period.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. All I know is that like our words like are old now. They're not cool.
We did have more words though.
Like OTP, no one's using OTP.
No one. Yeah.
Ship.
But
Like,
that was
I ship
only-
them. Like no one's saying
Yes,
ship.
but that was, can you believe that was only 5 years ago though? It's not even that long ago.
I know.
That's how fast the times is a changing.
Right. But yeah, guys, we'll end today's episode here. Let us know what you guys miss from back in the day. I mean, like the fact that we're retro right now is like crazy.
I know. We're talking about a 10-year.
I know.
That's all we're talking about right
Like,
now.
10 years ago was 2014.
That's insane. We sound like we're grandmas being like, back in my day.
But
it was legit. Like, some of the stuff that she said was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10-year max.
Like you said, like what was in was like jeans and a cute top.
Yes.
Like now wearing
skinny
like,
jeans was our thing.
Now if you wear skinny jeans with heels and a cute top, it's like the
now flowy top.
It flipped.
Yeah.
Because it used to be like skinny jeans with your top being the like main character. Now it's like baggy pants, tight shirt. See how
You know what I have noticed on TikTok? That it's the 90s fashion because Sex and the City is now, I believe, on Netflix.
Yeah.
So it's bringing a lot of attention to that type of fashion.
I just watched Sex and the City for the first time, and I'm really happy I watched it now as a grown woman. I feel like I related to it more than if I would have watched it
Anytime I watch a show at different points in my life, I see it so differently. Yeah.
And now you watch it and you're like, Carrie is the problem. You know?
You're the problem. You're the
Carrie
bad vibe.
is the problem. Carrie is the bad vibe.
Yeah.
Like, girl, you're the bad vibe.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed
Today's episode.
one. It was so nostalgic.
Yeah.
I hope you liked our jammies.
Yes. A little. Can we just wear jammies in every episode, please?
Right. Let's do it.
Please. But yeah, guys, love you so much. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.